Hey everyone, I'm Megan and welcome to my channel. So today I'm reviewing the new Aladdin, Disney Aladdin collection by MAC Cosmetics. And within that collection you get an eyeshadow palette, you get a bronzer, which this packaging is just gorgeous. You get a bronzer, there's a highlight, some liquid pigment, and lipsticks. So that is what I will be reviewing today. So if you want to see my thoughts on this new collection, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Hey guys, so I've got several products from this new MAC Disney Aladdin launch, and I think I want to go ahead and play with the eyeshadow first. So I'll go ahead and give you a sneak peek of the palette. It's really small. It's kind of similar to the collection that came out like this, the Cherry Blossom or something like that collection. Is the same size, so really tiny, but this is what the shades look like. So you got your really pretty like mauve-y shades, and you only have 3 mattes. So I'm actually probably going to dip into this Laura Lee single in the shade Meow to kind of give me some more mattes to play with, so before we go in with this beautiful pigment from MAC. Now, I'm not very familiar with pigments. I've used them before, but not a lot. And I did get some of this out, and it is beautiful. So I'm just going to lay some mattes down, and we're going to throw this on the lid, and it's just going to look so beautiful. So I'll go ahead and zoom you guys in, and let's get to work on these eyes. Alright, so now we are all up close and personal. I'm going to take my Smith 232, which is the bigger fluffy brush, and I'm actually going to try to pop into this really light shade right here. It's like a light pastel pink, and I'm not even sure if it'll show up on the lid, but we're going to try. It actually showed up a little bit. Let me cut these lights down a little bit. Okay, so I think that's better. I don't know why these lights like to wash out everything, but it does, so I apologize. But if this bothers you, or if you think it's too dark, I'll try to work on more lighting. The only issue, once I got my vanity, you know, I can't have the 2 umbrella or softbox lights on this side. So really all I have to work with is natural light and this ring light. So if y'all have any tips or tricks, or if y'all know how I can better my lighting situation with having a mirror in the background, please let me know. But this is all I know to do for now. But anyhow, this shade is actually showing up. It's a really pretty pink color, and I'm actually impressed with it. It's showing up a little bit darker than it is in the pan, and that's fine with me because I was actually thinking it was going to be too light, but it's working good. So there's that one shade. I'm going to go ahead and bring that on the lower lash line. Now, I'm going to go into this Meow shade by Laura Lee Los Angeles. And this is one of her new singles. And it's just a really pretty mauve matte shade. And I'm just going to use that with the same brush just to deepen up the crease a little bit more. And I did not realize, but I'm doing like 2 mauve looks back to back. But I was actually planning on filming with the new Lunar Beauty Greek Goddess palette today, and then I went and checked the mail, and I had this collection in there, and I just wanted to play with this. So sorry about 2 mauve looks. I did not realize that all of these were mauve too. So I apologize. I promise we'll do something different. I actually also picked up Life's a Drag by Lunar Beauty, and that palette, you know, it's got your neutrals on one side and then like really bright pops of color on the other side of the palette. So I plan on doing a colorful look with that, and also a more wearable look with that palette. But so there is the 2 shades, and these Laura Lee Los Angeles single shadows are so good. I've been using them for a while, and I really haven't played with the shimmers. I've mostly just used her mattes, but I really like the formulation of her shadows. Bringing that same shade on the lower lash line, just like that. So this is what we're working with so far. We've got that first shade from the Aladdin palette, and then the Meow down. Meow. Okay. Done with that. Now, I'm going to take a smaller brush and actually pop into this cool tone, how would you say it? Cool tone brown mauve, kind of. And I'm going to go in with my Smith 230 with this brush, with this shade. And we're just going to deepen it up some more until we get that right depth that we want. And so this is the second matte shade, and there is one more that's a really dark, kind of purplish blue gray. And we'll put that on the outer V of the eye. So just doing little windshield wiper motions, circular motions, just to get a really nice blend on the eye. Still not having any issues, but MAC shadows are definitely one of my favorite. Just brought that same shade on the lower lash line. Alright, I'm just going to continue deepening up the crease. So there's what we're working with. As you can see, we do have some fallout down here, but I did put some extra powder down, so we should be good. Now, I want to take the darkest shade in the palette, and I'm going to use my little Morphe M507, and this is the shade. It's a very deep, see, it's kind of like a purpley, I don't know, purple, blue, gray, black. It's a unique shade for sure. So I don't want to get a whole lot of that on there. I really just want to define this outer V. And I hope this doesn't mess anything up. I might need a different brush. Alright, I'm actually going to switch brushes. I'm going to go into the Anastasia A14, which is a pencil brush. Still got some blue blood on there. And let's see if this works any better. I definitely don't want to go too overboard with this shadow. So just like that, very lightly. I don't want it too intense or too dark. I definitely wish they would have put some more mattes in this palette, but that's okay. So I'm going in with that second shade that we used, and I'm just going to blend all of that together. And now I'm going to take like this flat shader brush, and I'm going to go into that deep shade again, and I'm just going to stamp this on the lower lash line just for some more definition. Okay, when I put it under there, it kind of looks bluish a little bit. Now I'm going to go back in with that second shade, and I just want to blend all of that together just so it's not so harsh. Now I'm going to go back in with this M507 from Morphe and see if we can deepen it up some more with this brush. I'm really not getting the dimension that I want with this shade. So I wish definitely wish there were more mattes. Oh Lord. Okay, so we need to blend that out. Alright, I'm gonna go back into that Meow shade and just kind of go over the edges. I don't know, I'm starting to kind of have issues with that dark shade. It's kind of looking a little muddy. Okay, so it seems like all of these colors are kind of blending together. I'm not really getting the dimension and depth that I'm looking for. It's kind of aggravating. So I'm actually, those first two shades were nice, and then when I moved into the last darkest shade, you see it's just not, I don't know, I'm not impressed with it at all. Okay. I'm gonna still try to play with this deep shade. It's not really working out for me. Slowly work with it. It seems like every time I start blending it, it kind of blends away. See, it's just not, it's just not working. I'm gonna go back into that Meow shade and just every time I go in to kind of blend and mesh everything together, it just turns into a muddy mess. It's not, I don't know. I'm not liking it so far, so what do we do? Okay, there's a purple right here. It's actually got some shimmer in it. I'm gonna take my Anastasia A14 and let's see if we can use this in the outer V of the eye. Let's see if that will do any better. Probably not, because it's a shimmer. Do you see how it's just messy looking? I don't know. And I haven't done anything differently than I normally do. So I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't have any more shadows in this palette to play with. So we're just going to have to make it work. So I'm going to leave that fallout there, and now I'm going to pop into this pigment. And I'm just going to spritz my brush. I'm going to take my MAC 242. And I'm going to spritz my brush, and then I'm going to pick up a little bit of the pigment. And put that all over the lid. Maybe this will save the look. Let's hope so. Okay, I need to spritz my brush again. And just use little kind of tapping and dragging motions I find works best. And that is very pretty and metallic. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave the lid like that. I went almost all the way, not all the way, and now I'm going to go back into that deep shade and see if we can kind of mesh these together. Maybe it'll work better now. I'm really having to work with these shadows, and most of the time with MAC shadows I don't have any issues whatsoever. So it's kind of disappointing. Now I'm going to go back into that Meow shade and kind of bring that back. I'm trying to save this look, guys, but it's just not working out. Really not working out. I might just, alright, I'm going to get back into the MAC 242 and spritz my brush again, and I'm just going to bring that pigment all the way over to the outer V of the eye. And then I'm going to take one of the shimmer shadows in the palette and try to deepen it up a little bit with that same purple we tried to put over here a minute ago. Using the same brush, and it's still wet, just so we can have some kind of dimension. It's really not, it's not working out. Guys, I've never had this big of an issue with really anything I've ever used. This is not good. Okay, so this is what we're working with. Let me dust away this fallout. Oh Lord. I promise y'all I know how to do eyeshadow, but it does not look that way. Ooh. Okay, So I'm just going to leave it like that. If I keep messing with it, I feel like I'm going to mess it up. So I'm just going to leave it like this. And I'm going to go ahead and work on the other eye. And then I'll be back and we can play with the rest of the products. And cross your fingers, they work out better than this palette did. So I'll see you guys here in just a second. Alright guys, so I just finished up my eyes. And I know, I was a little bit more careful with this eye, but I'm telling you, unless you just want to pick this up just to have it, you know, as a collector's item or something like that, I definitely would not pick up this palette for an everyday use or thinking you're, I don't know, gonna come out with a pretty look, because maybe some of these shimmers, you know, some golds, but I mean, most everyone has like these neutral, you know, bronzy gold, mauve. I mean, there's really nothing in here that I've never seen before. I just, you know, I really want to review this collection. I really love MAC shadows, but for some reason, the color story, the scheme, I'm not too into, and especially this dark shade, and there's only 3 mattes. So you've got this really light one right here, a deeper cool tone brown, and then this dark one. So it was really hard to create a look with only those 3 shadows, and it went from really light to good neutral transition to like very deep. But then the very deep one, every time I kept going in and trying to build the color and then blend it, it was blending away. So definitely not impressed with this. I do like the pigment. I think it went on nicely. So here is the eyes. So that's what it came out like. Not impressed at all with this, but I'll go ahead and turn the lights up and let's get on to the face. Okay, so there is also a bronzer that was launched in this collection. And here is the box. So very cute. Here is the packaging. Actually, I think this is the highlight. Yeah, so this is the highlight. So it's a very pretty, like, champagne-y gold highlight. And then the bronzer's in the same box. And same packaging. And then this is the bronzer. We're going to go ahead and play in this. So this is a very, like, warm bronzer. And I have high hopes for this. So I'm going to take my JH02. Let's get some color. Oh my God, on this face. Lord, did y'all see that? Okay, so use a light hand. I went in really heavy-handed. Okay, I really like this bronzer. Let's bronze up this forehead. I love this bronzer. So pretty. And this is it's a matte bronzer. There is no shimmer, nothing in there. It's just matte, but I love a matte bronzer. So pretty. So very intense bronzer. Maybe we need to go over it with a powder brush just to make sure we can blend everything together. No harsh lines. The eyeshadow, oh my Lord, y'all. I just had a time. I tried to be more careful with this eye, but whew, stressing me out. Okay, it's just makeup. Just makeup, Megan. Okay, so there's the bronzer. I love it. Now, there was no blush, so let me grab a blush. Okay, for blush, I'm going to go in with this NARS blush. You got some bronzer, blush, and like a highlight. I just used the middle part, and it's a really pretty, like, hot pink coral. It's very pretty. For highlight, I am going to go in with this beautiful champagne gold highlight, and I'm going to use my Anastasia A23. Just going to throw my brush in there, and oh, it's pretty. I really love like a gold highlight, and MAC has really, really nice highlight. And I'm going to highlight the center of my nose. And I'm also going to go into the inner corner of my eyes. Okay, so now we've got the highlight on. It is very pretty. It's very soft. It's not too blinding. It's the perfect highlight for like an everyday wear, I think. I really like it a lot. So for lips, this is the last product I have from the collection. And this is in the shade Princess Incognito. And look at the packaging. It's just so cute. And this is just a really pretty pinky nude. So, let's see what it looks like. Ooh, I love this color. So, there is the lip color. I really, really like this a lot. So, this is the completed look. I know y'all have definitely seen better from me. I'm not impressed with this eyeshadow at all, and I've got to go throughout my day like this. I've got a lot to do, so I'm kind of like, ugh. But it's okay. It's all right. I'm gonna make it work for today. But I will not be using that palette ever again. I will probably never touch it. I may just give it away to someone if they want it. I don't know, but I don't know. I hate saying bad things about products, but you guys, it's just not good. The mattes weren't anyway. And even that dark shimmer purple that I used right here, it wasn't very pigmented at all. And I mean, the shimmers are just kind of bland. I mean, there's nothing that pops out like, oh, I've never seen this before. These are all shades that we've all seen before, so nothing special about it. It's just the Aladdin collection, and you know, like I said, if you wanted to keep it as a collector's item, I would do that. I couldn't get it to work for me. And that's my opinion. I mean, if you guys want to try it, of course you can. This is just my opinion and my experience. As you guys saw, every time I kept trying to put that dark shade on there and kind of deepen up the outer V, it just would not work. It just kept blending away. You know, most of the time I put a dark shade on and then I go in with a fluffy brush and blend it out. And this one just buffed away. So yeah, not impressed with the eyeshadow palette. However, I loved the pigment. It was so nice and metallic. I really liked it. The bronzer is beautiful. I love it. I will definitely continue to use that, as well as the highlight and this lip color. So this whole collection was not a total fail, just the eyeshadow palette. Everything else, you guys, is so good. So I would suggest picking the other items up in the collection, and I think there's some lip glasses and an eyeliner, but I didn't pick those up. I just picked this up. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed already, of course, I would love you to subscribe to my channel and join my little family over here on YouTube. And if you want, you can hit that little post notification bell so you do not miss out on all the fun we're having over here. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next ones. Bye!